Hi.
Hi, Malcolm.
Hi,
Hi.
Mark. Hi.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, sure, no problem. You're welcome. So how's the weather there?
The weather,
Yeah. Is
pretty,
it good?
um, it's okay. It's not warm, it's not windy, it's just like weather.
Yeah, it's
Classic
very sunny right
German
here right
weather.
now. It's very sunny right now over
Oh,
my
okay,
side.
nice.
Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
right now at 5 p.m. So it's very nice weather. So hi, Mark. Marc Brunnert. Did I pronounce your name correctly? Brunnert.
Yeah, you can just say Mark. It's okay.
Mark. Okay. Hi,
Mark
Marc
Brunnert,
Brunnert.
yeah.
Welcome to the first episode of Staying Strong Through the Pandemic. And one of the reasons I'm doing this is because I have a lot of people asking me like questions like they're struggling with their mental health during this pandemic, and I thought that it would actually be a great time to actually talk about mental health, and so I would like to talk about this with you today. So before we begin, can you tell us a bit about your background? Yeah,
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much to invite me here. I see some of my followers and people of my community
yeah.
are
Hi
here
everyone.
too. Yeah, hi
Hello
everyone.
everyone. Yeah,
Thank you for taking your time and watch this. Yeah, my background, I'm 24 years old. I'm coming from, or I'm living in Munich in Germany. Some of you might know it because of the Oktoberfest. And yeah, I'm living here for 4 years now. Coming from, or my background is I'm coming from the mountains here in Germany, and yeah, my working background or my profession background is like I'm from the radio. I learned radio speaker and I'm journalist, and then I yeah went to Munich or moved to Munich, and then I yeah just went to all different life situations, and then I said I met a huge coach here in Germany, and I said I want to be like this dude. I want to have my own stage and want to yeah inspire and move people to become their greatest version of themselves. Like yeah, and then I just started to do everything that's needed. Um, Build some seminars, give uh, some speeches, stuff like that. Got invited, and then yeah, now I'm here. So
yeah.
basically, I'm a coach.
You're a coach. Great.
Yeah.
It's very interesting what you say. You said you studied radio and journalism. I also had a bit of background in journalism as well. Actually,
Okay.
I studied journalism, but
Oh yeah, nice.
somehow I got into creative writing. So it's a long story, but there's a story behind it.
Yeah.
So okay, so basically um, I will just briefly introduce myself. My name is Malcolm Mejin. I'm an author. I write books. And like I said previously, the reason I'm doing this series, Staying Strong, is because I felt that there is a need for everyone to know what are we supposed to do and to have a healthy discussion around this topic. Because uh, even I am struggling myself. Like sometimes, because this is not something that is in the book, in the manual, and it suddenly hits us. The pandemic just suddenly just came just 2 years ago, and we didn't know what to do. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's actually one of the reasons why I want to do this, to bring awareness to this. And so right now you mentioned, Mark, that you are a coach. So do you, is that what you really focus right now, like solely focus on as a coach?
You mean on the on staying strong while the pandemic? Yeah, kinda, because I work with pupils or students. Some call it pupils, some call it students. So I'm working with young people and help them finding their purpose in life. So, for example, their profession or their job, dream job. And the most important thing about finding your future job is finding your future. And to find your future or define your future to make it happen to be happy in the future is to define yourself, define your self-worth and define your values. And that's what I'm focusing on. And I get so much feedback on just these two topics, because on I want to know, what does the future look like? What does my future look like? And the second thing, how how am I supposed to live through all of that? This pandemic. I can't see my friends. I have to stay at home all day, all night. I can't see any special activities. I can't do anything of that. And this is what makes people stressed out, brings depression and stuff like that. And what I'm doing with my profession finding or purpose finding seminars is also helping them through the pandemic by painting a picture of the situation after this. And I think, yeah, I'm focusing on that just by focusing in my profession finding seminars on this point especially. And yeah, and I think it's so important. I get so many questions asked about what will be after this pandemic. How can we live through that? How can I stay strong? Yeah, like the series you're doing. And it's always like I feel so alone and I feel so stressed out by all of these different situations, by vaccine discussion, like all the stuff, like masks and things. And I just can help them by painting this picture of the situation after that. So they see, okay, it doesn't matter how long this pandemic lasts or how much it impacts my life, because I'm able to make it through because I know what's in it for me afterwards. And I think this is the most powerful way to go through it and stay strong.
Yeah,
It's
that's
even
my
for
hope
me,
too. Mm,
yeah, it's
yeah.
even for me an important part, because even I always say, if I'm losing my big picture, I would stop doing everything I'm doing, because it's kind of end of the world stuff we're living through.
Yeah, yeah, because this pandemic is a really, I would say it really changes the way we do things. Because even
Mm,
I have never expected this to happen. And once it just happened, I just felt like I'm struggling. I mean, I do have struggles, and people around me are struggling as well. My friends are asking me questions. So I think today we will bring some enlightenment to this topic. I think this is great. That's why I'm doing this. Okay, before we get into the really deep, serious topic, let's just talk something like icebreaker. Okay, so what is your favorite book? Do you have a favorite book or an author?
Well, I think I should say Malcolm Mejin. It's my favorite author.
Okay, I am
Uh,
flattered. Okay, I'm flattered.
I have a lot of books I really love. For example, some books changed my life. For example, from Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist. Maybe you
Oh
know
yeah,
it.
I know him.
It's
Yeah.
one of my absolute favorite books. It changed a lot of my mindset. It changed a lot of my way treating people, of treating myself, treating things, treating situations. I'm so gladful met this. I'm not sure. There's another book from Dan Millman. I only know the German name. Wait, I can look it up. Dan Millman. The Path of the Peaceful Warrior. It's called Peaceful Warrior, I
The
guess.
Peaceful Warrior.
Yeah, I
Peaceful
love this
Warrior.
book. It's about Dan Millman, who is a um, um, pro athlete, and he's changing through all the time he's on this university, and he meets Socrates, and he's learning so much from this dude, and so many empowering and inspiring situations and lines and quotes. I really love this book. This is one book I really appreciate. And yeah, some other books, but these are the two most powerful, I think. Eat That Frog was a book which helped me um, being more effective in working situations and stuff like that. Yeah, different books, but these are my favorites, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
I read a lot of fiction than non-fiction, but I do read non-fiction from time to time. Like, I don't know if you heard of this book, the Chicken Soup series. Have you heard of this book before? The
Hmm.
Chicken
I
Soup for the Soul.
hmm.
they don't really publish it nowadays. It's an old book. It's a 90s book kind of thing. So yeah. But I read a lot of non-fiction books. So I also read non-fiction books as well, like self-help. I read from various sources. Um, do you have a favorite song or favorite musician that you admire? Oh, I think that is some kind of audio. Okay. Okay, I think there's some kind of audio. I can't really hear your voice. Um, okay, wait, everybody. I think there is some kind of hiccup. Can't. Yeah. Is everything okay, Mark? Is everything okay there? Okay, I don't think you can hear me. Can you hear me, Mark? You can hear me. It was doing. Oh, okay. Um, I can hear you as well. Wait. How about if you switch back to your previous way of talking? It was quite well just now that we did. Yeah. Okay, sure. Okay. Okay, everybody. I think Mark is having some kind of technical issues with the audio. We'll just wait for him to come back. Yeah. Give him a moment. Give him a moment. Okay. Wait.
Okay,
Okay,
sorry,
great.
I just got a phone call and it totally broke my complete technique.
All right,
So
that's
sorry,
okay.
sorry, sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. But we finally get back to where we were. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, sorry, sorry.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your favorite song? What do you like to listen to? Or you have a favorite musician?
Um, no, I'm pretty mixed. I love everything which inspires. Like I hear a lot of Eminem and for example, I don't even know the artist names. Uh, yeah, a lot of inspiring songs. I love everything which empowers me and
Okay,
make me
great.
feel. Okay.
Uh,
Thank you very much. They can hear me again.
yeah,
Thank you
that's
for
great.
your comment. Yeah.
I listen to all kind of music as well, and I change from
Yeah.
time to time. So
Yeah.
like a week ago, I like this song, and this week I like. So it depends on my mood. So I don't have any
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah.
specific.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Through I
And
hear like
do you have a
yeah. Yeah.
favorite quote of in life that you live by? Do you have a favorite quote?
Oh yeah, but I don't know the English. Wait, I look it up, or
Okay.
maybe I can translate it in English. Which we need the most is a person who empower us to do what we have to do and what we are able to do.
Okay.
So in German, it's a bit smoother. So
Okay.
it's yeah, but I really love this because I think we always need someone who makes us doing the things we have to do to be the best version of ourselves. And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean a person. It means more like your inner voice, your soul, or someone else. So it can be everything which inspires you to be a better person, to be a person for future. And yeah, they ask Linkin Park. Yeah, I heard a lot of Linkin Park. I love Linkin Park because my brother listened to it day in, day out for the whole day, all day long. And I really love these guys. Yeah, they make
Yeah, yeah.
great
They're,
music.
they're, they're quite popular. They're very popular. I
Yeah,
do listen to them, but I don't have any specific songs from them that I really
me
kind of
neither.
relate to or anything. So
Yeah.
I'm just that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you give
and
me can
not,
you give me a second? Can you give me a second? I want to switch something off for a while. Give me a second. Just give me a
yeah.
second. Yeah, wait.
Yeah, today we have a much stuff around us. Just doorbell rang, the live video. So if you guys have questions to me while Malcolm is checking up, just ask them now. I'm here for you to answer your question, to stay strong through the pandemic. If you have anything you want to know, just ask me. I'm an open book to you for now. I'll swipe through the comments while Malcolm is checking up his. Oh, I can't see the last comments because I'm.
Okay, sorry for that, a slight delay.
Yeah, welcome back.
Okay, sure. Okay, just now we were going back to your quote. I have a favorite quote. This is
Yeah.
very simple quote. When you know it, you know it. So when you know
Yeah.
something, when you know something deep in your heart, then you know it. I know it sounds very simple and it sounds very like like there's nothing much to it, but I find that it really works for me in my life because if I go through a very tough situations and sometimes my mind doesn't know what to do, I always say with my heart, if this is what feels right, this is it. So sometimes your heart is your GPS, something like that. So
Your
it's a
navigator.
very simple thing. Yeah. If you know it, you know it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi
Yeah,
to everyone that's coming on board. Yeah.
yeah,
And I also
I
love
can.
what you said about being the best version of yourself. I love that as well. Okay, so right now
It's
we
kind
are.
of everything I'm trying to do every day. So, and I know it's not a lack thing. So I am the most of the time I'm not able to be the best version. It's more like I'm always happy when I can be the best version of myself. So I'm always happy when I'm reaching the state of being the best version and not like, oh, the most of the time of the day I'm lacking being the best version. I'm not the best version. So it's more like I'm always glad when I'm ready to be the best version. So it's has to do something with fulfillment and with inner wealth and
Yeah.
it makes me so happy. So I'm really glad you said that. And yeah, when you know it, you know it. It's also a pretty strong quote in my mind because I love the way my soul is telling me what to do and what's right.
Yeah.
And
I love
they
that.
know it. They know it.
I
They know everything.
Yes, if I can give you a high five on that, I do really believe in that because as our human selves, we always tend to mentally talk to ourselves, like rationalize this and that. But at most of the time, the right decision is always within what you know, within your soul. So it's all about alignment. So I really agree with that. Yeah. Okay, so right now let's dive into the serious issues about the pandemic and about our state of mental health. All right. The thing I want to know is, okay, now this pandemic has really changed the world. Like since it happened in 2020, like everything just went haywire.
Yeah.
People lose their jobs and the economy is affected. And not only that, the most important part of our lives, our mental health, has been greatly affected. And do you think that there is a paradigm shift in the way that we think after this pandemic has happened? Do you think that is a great paradigm shift to this?
Yes, I believe in that 100%. Why? Because I have to do with a lot of young people, like 18 and younger. And these people are wiser than everyone I've ever met. And it's through the bank. So every one of them has something deep inside them which allows them to fix every issue, every problem, every discussion, um, every what does it call in English? Every challenge, and they have it deep inside them. So I think this pandemic gave these young people a chance to stay with them by have to stay at home. So when they stayed at home, they watched Netflix and stuff like that, but they had a lot of time to think and to think through. And the young people are able to think while they're watching TV, while they're watching Netflix. They think through that, all of that, and they think so much in different directions, and they are so much wiser, and they think in so many solutions, like all these movements we have, Fridays for Future, for example, or LGBTQIA plus. Like, it's a movement from young people who are who are who say no, stop it. Racism in every way is not okay. And I love the way they think. I love the way they live. I love the way they do things and how wise they are. And I think this is the big shift we have, because the youth we have in the world has changed the way they look on things. And this is a great opportunity which the states, every country has to see and help these young people to make their thoughts, their ideas come true. This
Yeah.
is the big change we have. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like because when you are rooted to a place, like what you mentioned, they challenge themselves, like they think more. But for me, what I realized about this pandemic that has really changed us is actually what we subconsciously feel. Previously, before the pandemic happened, we were already like in a state of anxiety. Like we don't really know, like in terms of our jobs, in terms of trying to win the rat race, trying to, everybody's always anxious to be better, and we have that, but we never sort of it never really showed. But after the pandemic happened, I think the whole world started to be in chaos, like subconsciously. Everyone started to like, like for example, okay, a very clear example, like people can sleep. Like before the pandemic, I could sleep quite well at night, but after the pandemic has happened, there is this kind of subconscious anxiety that I have never experienced before. Like I couldn't give it a name, but there was an anxiety there after the pandemic.
Yeah.
So you can't sleep. That the things that you used to do, you go out with your friends, like you go out to visit schools. You cannot do these things anymore. So it becomes more magnified in that sense. And I feel that the paradigm shift here is for me is that it feels like we are now like keeping on our toes. We are more sort of aware, like what is going to happen, and we just feel more anxious and not like ourselves like previously. So and we become more careful about the things we do, like we have to put on masks, we have to put on hand sanitizer. Previously we don't have to live like that at all, and that's great. But now we are quite anxious, and when we go out, we fear that we might contract the virus from, like maybe we touched something outside. So previously we don't have this anxiety, but now the shift there is like it's magnified. So everybody in the world has anxiety issues, insomnia, which is now called coronasomnia, and so many new hosts of diseases and everything. So yeah, I think there's really a deep paradigm shift here. So that's why I really want to talk about it, and how can we actually overcome this, or how, not to say overcome, because I don't think we can overcome it in overnight, but how can we actually stay strong. That's why staying strong is important.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question I want to ask you is definitely our mental health. I want to point it out that is a big factor during the pandemic. What do you think are currently the most common things that you and I, everybody in this world, is suffering physically and also mentally because of this pandemic?
Yeah, I think the biggest part is to, like you said, touching something which is infected, and then we are infected by that. This is one thing. So here in Germany, it's especially crazy because the government says young people are um, are infecting older people so they die. So the government says young people are causing death to old people. And this is especially, yeah, like you said, this is installing anxiety all over the place. So this is one important thing. They're suffering, young people suffering of that because I can't see my grandfather, my grandmother. I can't even see my uncle or like everyone in my family because I could infect them and they could die of it. So this is one important thing. The second thing they're suffering is I can't see my friends, so they're emotionally distanced and isolated, and this is a pretty hard. And this will be in future. This will be very hard to make therapies because this it's branded deep inside, and it's a anxiety which is deep down, and you have to build a lot of to you have to put away a lot of stuff to get to this point and make this disappear or heal it. So this is the two mental things, I guess, and the physical thing they're suffering and I'm suffering too is if you're not or it's mentally and physically if you're not wearing a mask, if you're not follow the instructions or follow the rules, you are punished and you're punished hard. So police is watching everywhere. Whenever I see a police car these days, I think, oh shit, do I have my mask on? Do I have everything I'm doing right? Or am I doing anything wrong? And they come and they say, you are under arrest. Like this, you always you always fear the moment they see you and you do something wrong. Like it's you have to be perfect in every moment. You have to watch every step you do, everything you touch, every mind you think, because they just can come and say you are under arrest because you did something wrong, even if you didn't do something wrong. It's just like it's the rule. They can do it. They can do it whenever they want because it's the police. And they send out more police cars and more police patrols, I think it's called. They just are they're everywhere and they're watching everything. And so it's always like, am I doing something wrong? And if you go to a restaurant, you have to check in with all your data and stuff like that. So if I'm doing anything wrong here, I could be the cause of whatever, yeah. So they have to close the restaurant or stuff like that just because I did something wrong. So this is the main fear is I'm doing something wrong and I'm got physically injured because of that, because I'm
Just want
doing
to
something
mention
wrong.
about like what we had magnified anxiety.
Yeah,
Our
yeah, yeah,
anxiety from before the pandemic and after the pandemic is magnified like 1,000 times. So yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Like the physical aspect that I think what I really experience is that you can even go exercise. Like
Oh
you can
yeah,
go
yeah,
swimming,
sure.
you can go jogging. But I'm so glad right now in my country where I'm staying, my community, you're allowed to go jogging, but you have to practice social distancing. But
Yeah.
swimming pools are still closed at the moment. How about the swimming pools over there in Germany or the recreation parks? Is it closed
Um,
or
the indoor swimming pools, the indoor baths are closed at the moment, I think. But seas and lakes and outdoor swimming pools are open at the moment, I think. But I never go to any swimming pool stuff like that, so I'm not sure. But at the beach, everyone is just laying face to face, and nobody cares. So it's kind of I know what you mean, yeah, and fitness centers and stuff like that are closed, and I think you can do exercise on social distance, yeah, but I'm not sure. I'm not in any of these, so I can't
yeah?
tell.
So it's very from where I'm staying right now. It's very restrictive. We can't even go to the beach. We can't go to the beach
Okay, okay.
because
So,
you cannot travel. You cannot travel like more than how many kilometers away, and the beach from my place is very far away.
oh,
So
okay.
if you want to go there, we have to apply for a permit from the police. So it's a hassle, and you need to have a good reason of why you're going there. So you can't go to the beach to relax. We cannot go exercise. So sometimes I spend my days watching Netflix at home, or you just do
Yeah,
it. You don't exercise. You just feel like your body is not the same. Like so, I think it affects your physical as well. So because I try to now jogging is being allowed, so I try to go jogging almost every day if I can. Because
yeah,
previously I couldn't go jogging, so I had to stay at home and just be in this stifled environment where I can't do anything at all. So yeah.
yeah, sure.
Um,
Can we answer the questions here? We have Wendy Seed Said, I'm not sure how it's called. I call it World War Three. Oh, that's pretty harsh, but it's kinda in the beginning, I'm also like, I thought, oh shit, this is going to be big. So this is a worldwide disaster or catastrophe. So I thought, oh my God, this could be World War Three. But I guess the governments are trying to hold the community, the society together. And I think they're not doing the best job, but they're doing a job. And I think it's pretty good for the situations we have in the world. So like North Korea or stuff like that, even they are cooperating with the big the big states in the world. So yeah, and he also asked, our life will not be normal again as it was before. Yeah, but if you think like every moment won't be the same as before, even if you eat something, your body won't be the same like before. So everything is changed. So every moment is changing your life. And the funny thing is, most people are ignorant against change. They say, or they're feared or scared of change. But change is life, and life is change. So nothing will be normal. Nothing can be normal. There is no normal. So if you think it could be normal afterwards, this won't happen. It will be a big change. And the question is, are you able to be the change, to be part of the change, to change yourself, to fit in the new society, new community? Or are you ignorant or distanced and say, no, I will stay the same? So at the moment we have a huge school disaster. I could call it school disaster because the schools want back to the normal system. They want back to the presence schools lessons and stuff like that. But this won't be able. They won't be able to do anything like this again. They will have tests and stuff like that all over the place all day long. So it's kind of funny to see how the systems try to be normal, to stay normal, and are again, uh, ignorant in fact of the pandemic or the change through the pandemic. So
I agree
nothing
what
will
you
be
say.
normal.
Like we
Yeah,
have to change, we have to adapt. That's how our
yeah. Adapt.
humankind
Yeah.
has been able to evolve for generations because it's about
Yes.
adaptation. So we have to evolve it. So even I don't like it, you don't like it, everybody in this world doesn't like it. We have to adapt to it. I think that's the only way we can survive. Yeah.
Yes. Hi, Leonie. Hi. She just said hi.
Hi,
She's
hi
gone.
everyone.
Oh no. Yeah. Okay. So
And and
let's get
And
back
the
to the
next question
question.
I want to ask you that is very I'm struggling with this. I don't know if you're struggling with this. It's about insomnia. I don't have insomnia every night. I don't have trouble sleeping every night, but I do have it once in a while. I think I do have
Mhm.
it like more than before the pandemic happened. Like before the pandemic, I could sleep so well, but after the pandemic, there are times that I had some trouble sleeping as well.
Yeah.
And the question is, do you also go through that same thing like I do, and a lot of people do? And what are the ways we can do to help to have better sleep?
Oh, I have two different ways. When I was young, I suffered to insomnia every night. I had really, really bad nightmares every night. I had really, really bad sleep, and I was tired all day long. I had a lot of energy, so I could compromise it, but it was pretty tough for me to stay awake in school and stuff like that. And I was bad in school because of that. I think two things you can do to help insomnia. First thing is you can make a meditation before going to sleep. It's like
Meditation. Yeah.
a meditation, yeah. You just
Meditation.
lay
That's good.
down,
Yeah.
yeah, you lay down on the back, um, hands, you can do your hands flat on the bed, and then you just close your eyes and breathe through your open mouth, and you just say, I'm connecting my roots with Mother Earth. I let them grow through the whole earth and connect with Mother Earth. And then you say everything. I always do it in German, so I have to translate it. I let go everything what's not helping me at the moment, and I'm pulling everything into my system, which is helping me to be myself, to stay here with me. And then you just breathe and you let grow your roots through the earth, touch rocks, make different ways through the earth, like growing a tree under the earth. And this is what helps me every time. I do it every night, every morning, every lunchtime. I do this exercise. I do this meditation. It's just 5 minutes long, or maybe 10 minutes if you want to be really rule it down. But you will see you can't move afterwards. You have to uh, uh, pull your arms up, and you have to be very strong to get this earth connection lost. But it helps me so much to sleep well. It helps me to regenerate because I prime my mind to be here for me, to do everything um, to make me regenerate. It helps me to leave everything I don't need anymore, and it helps me to gain everything I need for the next day or for the night. And this is one pretty strong exercise, one pretty strong meditation you can do every night, every day, every morning to be primed for the day. You clean your system. I do it for over 2 years now, every day, every night, and it's pretty strong. I have a pretty deep sleep, and I sleep like a rock, and
Okay, that's good.
I
We all want
I
that.
love
We
it.
all want that.
Yeah, and I feel regenerated afterwards. Yeah, this is the first thing, and the second thing, if you have problems by calming down and help to sleep well, there is a maybe I have it here. Give me a second. I always have it
Okay.
here. If I'm not having it here, it would be bad. No, I have it here. Yeah, I don't want to be anything like commercial, it's called, or
Commercial.
advertising, but yeah, but I
Okay.
have something I want to show you. And because you ask, something which helps you, just one
Yeah.
thing is
Oh, I'm curious.
is cedarwood oil.
Oh, cedar wood. Okay, it's just like
Yeah,
an aromatherapy thing. It's oil
yeah, yeah, yeah. And you just put one drop on your foot, um, on your underside
on
of
your
your foot. I'm not sure how it's called,
on
but
your foot.
one,
Okay.
yeah, just one drop on your foot, and you sleep like a baby. It helps you to
Oh,
get rid of all nightmares, of all diseases which keeping you awake at night. It's a wonderful and natural and um, healthy thing to support your sleep. And
I
it's
think
and it's
it's
cheap.
the
I think it's
smell. Do you apply it on? Can you apply it on your neck or your shoulder or your hand?
no, no, this should be on your feet. This should
On your
be on
feet?
your
It should be
feet.
far away from your. Okay,
You
from
can
your.
smell it. Yeah, for sure you can smell it.
Yeah.
It's a new one. It's not open yet, so
Okay.
you can smell it. Yeah, sure. But if you put it on your foot or your feet, it will be connected with your body in another way. So you have way more particles of the oil in your system, like when you smell it. You will have the particles in your organism, in your system. But if you put it on your on your feet, it will be 100 times more particles in your system.
More
Like if you
effective. It will
just
be more effective. Yeah,
it
I
will be
get it.
more effective. Yeah. So you put
Yeah,
just one drop on your feet, or you can make one drop for every foot, and it will help you pretty much. And I love it. I don't have to use it, but I have it here whenever I'm feeling nervous and when
yeah.
I have to work, for example, and I have something. Yesterday, I had my first presentation in a school for a huge new program we want to launch for schools, and one profession finding whole year of profession finding and supporting with community platforms, stuff like that. And this was my first time I went to a school with this product. I know I was pretty nervous. I wasn't nervous, yeah, but I felt like, oh, this will be a big thing for me. And this would be a great time to use cedar oil or cedar
Yeah, so
wood.
everybody listen, cedarwood helps. Okay, if you have
Yes.
cedarwood, get it. I also
Yeah.
need cedarwood as well, once in a
Yeah.
while. I have trouble sleeping once in a while, not every time. Yeah.
Yeah. This
Okay,
is
I would like
good.
to go back. I would like to go back to what you mentioned about the first one you mentioned about connecting with Mother Earth. I love
Yeah.
what you say about that because actually I felt that we have need to have an anchor. This is like an anchor, and because our thoughts and our minds are always floating everywhere we worry, we have
Yeah.
a lot. So if like what you said, if you connect with Mother Earth and you do meditation, it works as an anchor. It anchors you to the spot where you're supposed to be. Because I do admit that we all have these experiences where our minds, the traffic that is jamming our thoughts, is like constantly the worry. So
Yeah.
meditation, I think, is very important. Like you mentioned, 5 minutes is enough. 5 minutes, and it works as an anchor. So yeah, I love what you say that. I think I can relate with that. But the problem with me sometimes is that sometimes I do meditation once in a while. So I hope that not only for me but for everyone out there that we can do meditation as often as possible. So do you want to ask you, Mark? Have do you have good sleep like almost every night, or is there some nights that you have like, oh, I know I can't sleep, or do you really have a really good sleep almost every night because of this?
Um, I want to mention one more thing with the connecting with Mother Earth. It's there you can do different kind of meditations. You can meditation, like you're moving, you make like Tai Chi or something like that. You can make quiet meditation, like keeping your mind down and thinking about nothing. And you can make guided meditations. So you say something like affirmative and you guide yourself through. And the
Yeah,
most effective or the most easy or the easiest way to start with meditation is a guided meditation, because you say something or you read something and your mind can't jump around and think, oh, is there something I have to cook tonight, or is there something else I have to do? Oh, what a nice pen or stuff like that, because you're guided and you have to read something. You have to concentrate on something, and this is why the guided meditation of Mother connecting with Mother Earth is so effective for everyone. It's usable for everyone. So you should start with it, and it's not like 20 minutes. So many coaches say you have to meditate 20 minutes because it takes almost 15 minutes to get into the state, and then you have 5 minutes of meditation, like you're being calm. But this meditation starts from the first step from the first word, and it ends with the last word or with the last breath you take, and then you say, okay, now it's done. So it's only 5 minutes. 20 minutes is a very long period of time, and taking the time every night, 20 minutes before sleep, to meditate is a pretty harsh or pretty
yeah,
hard thing to implement. So it's easier for the 5 minutes, and it's the same effectivity.
yeah.
You said that.
Effective. Yeah,
Effectiveness. Yeah.
effectiveness.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah. So 5 minutes is
that's
good
why.
enough. 20 minutes
Yeah.
will scare a lot of people away.
Yes.
So
Yes.
five
So
minutes is
five
just good
minutes. It's
enough.
fine. It's fine. And you will the most of the time you will sleep afterwards. So you will fall asleep while doing this meditation, and you will have the best sleep. So back to your question, I have very good sleep almost every night. There, I would say one night per month, I'm not sleeping very, very well. But this is most because it's too hot or something. It's not because I'm scared of something or I'm waking up sweating all over my body or something like that. It's just like sometimes I have these really, really rare. I have these, yeah, it's too hot or something. I can't sleep because I have much.
For me, if I can't sleep on that night, I would try to do something like until I get tired. Like maybe I watch a movie, or I do some writing. I keep writing and writing until I get like my brain gets like very tired. So yeah. Oh, I can hear you. I can hear you now. Yeah. No, no, I can't. I can't hear you. Can't hear you. Oh, okay. Okay. Mark is on a call right now, so I think it'll just take a few moments for him to come back again. Okay, let me.
Really, really
Okay.
sorry. I'm really sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
I get so many calls today. I'm really sorry.
Well, you're really
So,
famous, getting so many calls
yeah,
today.
yeah, I have two companies, so everyone wants something from me if I'm just away for an hour. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. I want to go to the next questions.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
The restrictions right now has crippled a lot of freedom. Like for example, you cannot dine out. You cannot. Malls are shut down, and you cannot do a lot of social activities, and you can't go for gatherings. So because of this, our mental health is severely affected. Is there something that we can do at this moment to nourish our mental health or mental
yes,
well-being? Yeah.
yeah. There are a lot of things. For example, which we did with one of my companies, we implemented a 1 hour call every week on Friday. I think it's 8 p.m. We have a call. Everyone can join this call, the Zoom call, and just can tell or talk about what's in their mind. So what's on their mind, what they are thinking about, what they are scared of, what they're worrying about. And we just say, hey, come in, be a part of this, and we will talk to you. We will discuss it, and so you can make it's like a it's like a way to get these depressing thoughts out of your head. And we just make this for almost 3 months now, I guess. And it's pretty well visited. So many people come in and just maybe sometimes they're just one Friday and then the next time they don't need it, and then another Friday they come again and then they tell a different story. But we are just there and supporting people to, yeah, make space for their feelings. And this is a great way, I think, to make space for, yeah, to not getting overwhelmed with everything,
Yeah.
making space. And
Making
I
human connection. Yeah.
yeah, I suggest to everyone, look for a group of people or just family or just your partner or stuff, whoever you find who's okay with you to talk, or who's okay to talk to you, is like, give it a try. Talk to these people once a week, twice a week, twice a month, or whatever what is great for you. But keep in touch with people, even if it's over phone call or over Zoom or Skype or Telegram or whatever. Stay in touch with people.
Yeah,
This is the
it's
most
about
effective way you can do.
making human connection. I think making
Yes.
human connection is very important.
Yeah.
I can suggest a lot of other things like you can go watch Netflix. You know,
Yeah.
but I think ultimately this it's very important to have human connection. So sometimes when even I have to talk with someone, or if I go out to meet somebody, even having the presence of human beings around you, it feels good to have people around you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that that's the only way we can keep sane during such a difficult time. Um,
Yeah, and
I want,
another thing. Sorry, Malcolm. Another thing I want to mention is YouTube and Netflix just implemented some new functions. For example, watch together. You can sit on different parts on the world. So like you can be in America, I can be in Germany, and one other can be in whatever, yeah, whatever it is. They can watch together one movie, and they can talk while they're watching this movie from all over the world. And this is a great opportunity to stay in touch with people, having a conversation with people, but watching a movie. So it's kind of a movie evening, like you're sitting together on
yeah,
the
yeah,
couch,
yeah,
to just sitting everyone sitting on his own couch. So this is one great opportunity you can take also.
yeah.
I just can recommend.
It's just like doing a video call with someone. Like,
Yeah,
like, yeah, it's almost the same concept. Okay, the next
yeah,
question is this is a okay, Tokyo Olympics 2020 has been postponed because of the pandemic. So they say it's going to take place in July and August, and just over 8% of Japan's population of nearly 126 million people have been fully vaccinated. Now, do you think, from what you have seen currently, do you think that this event should be cancelled because it's going on? Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah and not. I think these huge events, yeah, like Oktoberfest or at the moment there's the European Cup here from football and stuff. It's I think these are very, very important events for the people. Like you said, social come together, being social involved and stuff like that, meeting people and having a reason to live. Yeah. So while meeting people. So this is, I think it should not be canceled, but it should
Okay.
be a great concept. It should be developed a great concept to make it happen and to be able to, yeah, make it with patience or um, being um, being I'm not sure how it's called in English. Aware, being aware of what
Being
could
aware.
happen. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, just stay vigilant, and being prepared of what could happen, and yeah, the consequences should be pointed out. So
Yeah.
it
For
should,
me, I think
yeah,
I
yeah,
think the event, I don't think I think it can go on. I support it going on because for this event they're not going to have international fans crowding the place. So
yeah,
everything will be like uh will be cast. I mean, it will be televised live, like to everybody. So there's no spectators, there's no visitors. So it's everything will be filmed to be watched live on YouTube. So there will be no people crowding. So I think it's fine. I think I've seen them doing that for some events, and it worked perfectly fine. So for me, it should be a problem as long as they're following the SOP and they don't have people crowding that place. Because I think the biggest problem of this pandemic is crowding, like overcrowding, like they're like super spreader events that have a lot of people. So
yeah.
as long as they don't have people in the event, they don't have a lot of people in the event, and they just keep to the contestants. I think, yeah, I think the event will just be great. So I think it should be
Yeah.
cancelled.
It's
Um,
also for the athletics and the sportsmen. So it would be, yeah, not fair for them to exercise 2 years, 3 years, 4 years for that Olympics, and then they just say, yeah, we can make it. So it's I'm also supporting to
yeah,
go on. Yeah.
it's a good thing we have technology. We have technology. If we live in an age there's no like the internet, nothing. So I don't know. We're probably like in a different reality right now. Okay, I'm going to read a quote from Pope Francis.
Yeah.
This is what he said: "Thick darkness has gathered over our squares, our streets, and our cities. It has taken over our lives, filling everything with a deafening silence and a distressing void that stops everything as it passes by. We feel it in the air. We find ourselves afraid and lost. Healing people, not saving money to help the economy, is important. Healing people who are more important than the economy. That was a quote by Pope Francis regarding the pandemic. Do you agree with the statement that the healing of people is more important than the economy? Because it's a catch-22 situation. Like, without the economy, people will suffer. Without people being healthy, uh, do their jobs, then the economy will suffer. So which is more important, do you think? The economy or the recovery of our people?
I think second thing, because at the moment we are in a world which is not totally controlled by economy or robots. So, so like the AI is not that evolved that it can take over the whole economy so the people can heal. So I think it's important to heal people. And my job and everything I'm doing with everything I built so far is always supporting people to be healthy, to be wealthy, to be happy with what they're doing. And I think these are the people who can make the economy great again, like Trump said. So um, I I think it's more important to support people because if the people are healthy, they can support the economy.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
that's
And it's okay to me for have no banana in my kitchen, but it's harder for me to have no one to talk to because I even my therapist or something like that is not available because he's down of anxiety or depression. So I think it's more important to keep people alive than keeping the economy alive. Oh, hi, Stephanie. Hi.
yeah.
I'm so glad so
Thanks.
many people are
Yeah,
coming
there's a
in.
lot of people coming in right now.
Yeah,
So yeah, I agree with you in some ways because some countries like previously under Trump, he is more focused on the economy than the people. So
yeah.
everything has the economy, the economy, the economy. So some
Yeah, in
countries they
Germany
really
too.
focus on economy more than the well-being of the people. But I
Yeah.
think currently most of the countries in this world are more focused on the recovery of the people. So I think that's great, the path that we're taking right now. Okay, I will read the next quote, which is from Roxanne Cohen Silver regarding the pandemic, saying that as we move past the pandemic, research suggests that most people will be resilient. We also see that many people have been better able to appreciate time with their loved ones, to reprioritize important relationships, readjust priorities, to focus on the fact that they have had more time for leisure activities and felt more grateful for things they did have. Um, that was the quote, and to me, there's always a silver lining in every situation. What do you think has been the good thing that we can all agree on that has come out from this pandemic? The good thing, it's all of the bad things. Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, the young people had time to overthink and think through themselves and had the opportunity to understand themselves better. And this is what we will profit from in the future because these young people know what's inside of them, what they can do to be self-aware, to be self-empowered, to be self-determined. And this is the most powerful thing we have out of this pandemic. The second thing is we have a change in the most of the, I think it's like the controlling society, like uh, medicine, technology, justice systems like these. So many of these people who were just following rules, who were just following instructions, who were just like mind washed, are awake now and see what their jobs are really here for. Like a lawyer, for example, is not here because he has to fight someone through a special part of case. He has to stand up for justice in every part of the community. And for example, medicine, doctors, and stuff like that are seeing they are needed, and they have such a great impact. Their voice have an impact. Their mind has an impact, and their their um uh, their their opinion have a impact. So if a medicine guy or a doctor says vaccine is good, his clients will follow him. And if he says this is not good, the clients will follow him. So they have a huge impact on decisions people are taking because of what he said. And it's like lawyers, it's technology. So much technology has so much impact on people. If Facebook wouldn't say vaccine, here's more information about vaccine, people would not have or wouldn't have been able to see if this is good for them or if this is not good for them. So it's like I have to, in my, for me, I feel like so many people are waking up at the moment. So many system controlling people are waking up. And this is one thing which is pretty good and pretty important or pretty value for
a wake up
for
call. It's a good
yeah,
wake up call for everyone.
yes. And I think
If
it's such a huge movement we're witnessing at the moment.
it's a global movement because of the pandemic, because it affects almost every single one on the planet. So it really is one of the, I think is a very it's the most, is the biggest thing in the century. The one thing I want to point out about what is the good thing that has happened in out of this pandemic is actually gratitude. Um,
Oh
because
yeah.
before pandemic, we always take things for granted, like going to travel, like going to the park for a walk. We complain, we take things for granted. Even like we going out with friends, or we're so tired we don't go out, you know. But now this pandemic has happened, I felt like more people can see it in a different lens. Like they are more grateful for things that they could have done before but didn't really appreciate it. So I think this is very important because previously we live in a world where material is everything. Like people like, you know, everything, and they still don't have enough. Nothing is ever enough. But because of the pandemic, I feel that there is a strong surge of people trying to have, going back to the basic of life. Just be grateful and be thankful for what you have, and that's gratitude. So I think that's the greatest lesson that I think has come out from this pandemic. Yeah. Besides all the sickness and everything, but gratitude is one of the things that I
Yeah,
think is very
I'm
important.
with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you. Yeah.
Without gratitude, you cannot be, you cannot have a be more a human in this world. Yeah. And I also have another quote from Mark Lipsick. He said, "With COVID-19, we've made it to the life raft. Dry land is far away. Dry land is far away." My question is, do you think we will ever return to normalcy after all this? Do you think we'll ever get back to like life as it was before?
No, we won't. Too much technology has invented. Too much decisions have been made. So we could never go back to it. And even if we would try to go back to it, we still would have the thoughts, the new thinking, the new mindset, what's inside us. So we will carry it until we die. So even if we try to ignore everything what happened in this pandemic, we still are not able to close it and yeah, put it away. So in a box or something, it can't be.
Yeah.
And even if some people can make it, too many people can't make it. So there won't be any way to go
Yeah, I
back
like
to
how you
it.
put it. Like you just can't put it in the box and put it away. I like how you say that. That is really true. Um, yeah, for me, I think that we definitely cannot go back 100% to normalcy because I've seen the changes that this pandemic has caused, especially in terms of education, like schools. Previously in schools, the students will have to go to class physically. Now, even I experienced this myself. Most, like my nephew, who is going to school, he's in grade 4. He's grade 4. He's now, because of this pandemic, he has to be doing like school from home. He has to do school from home. So he doesn't go back to school until September. So that's a very long time. So I think that the biggest change would be education. So I think that there's also a silver lining out of this pandemic, is that in the previous, before the pandemic happened, nobody dared to try doing school online from home. Nobody dared to do that. But because of this pandemic, it pushed our technological, the education system to a different platform. So I guess there's a good and a bad as well. So I think in this sense, I don't think we can go back to normal completely, because we have changed in that sense. So we have changed actually, I think, for the better. So I think that's
Yeah.
good. So at least we are riding the wave, riding the wave. Okay, the next question I want to ask is, what do you usually do for your mental health? What do you usually do, as in your daily life?
Yeah, I have a pretty soft morning routine, like connecting with Mother Earth, for example. Have some affirmations, have some cleaning, like mental cleaning. I'm cleaning everything off what's not supporting me for today, and I'm inviting everything which helps me for my highest um, yeah, for me, for being my highest version, and everything is guided what I'm doing today. Like I have a huge more or soft but long morning routine, and I think I'm pretty aware of how my systems works. So I I I keep feeling just how I feel. Like I'm jumping out of my body and just look at me from every side and say, am I okay at the moment? And is this what I'm doing at the moment the right thing? Or am I just following a track of my ego or something like that? So I just jump out and just look around and try to see myself from outside and feel how I feel. And then I can readjust and be more aware of everything. And this is what I'm doing usually. Yeah, I'm working with different techniques to help myself. I'm being straight, being focused, being
Being
healthy,
present, being present, being
being
present, like
present.
what I
Yeah,
say, in the present moment,
yeah,
yeah, in where you are at. I think that's very important. I really agree with that. That is very important to be in the present moment, because we always think so way back to the past, and sometimes we think so way to the future that we forget what matters the most, actually the present moment. Yeah. So
yeah,
so for me, when it comes to mental health, I will go jogging. I think going for exercise is very good, because when the pandemic hit, we couldn't even go out at all. We were like in a prison. But right now they have already relaxed the restriction, and I do go jogging, and taking a walk in the park really helps to clear the mind. And I do
yeah,
some riding. It works for different people. Like some people, because I am a rider, so of course I ride. So writing helps me. For some people who have a different passion, they will just do. So I believe just do what your passion tells you to do, and when you
yeah.
know it, you know it. So that's the most easiest way to
Yes,
sum it. Yeah,
yes,
when you know it,
yes,
you know it.
exactly, exactly, exactly. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk a bit about yourself. We go back to you. We're almost to the end of the session. There was a quote from you, but it was translated from German. Okay,
yeah.
so you say, change also means courage for change. Um, this quote you mentioned was regarding the trip that you took to Bhutan, when 72 days on foot. And can you explain to us why you took that trip? When was that? And how did it change you? Yeah.
Yeah, the story is I wanted to make the trip. I wanted to make the trip while I was 12 years old. I had,
Whoa, 12 years
like you
old.
said,
Wow,
yeah, oh,
12 years
yeah,
old.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Let me try to, or let me tell the story. It was one of the most important things what happened to me the last few days. I recognized it, and when I was 12, it was a huge decision. So when I was 12, I suddenly felt a deep voice inside me which told me to go to Bhutan, to the tiger nest, um, uh, like the building you saw in my post. This this
I saw it. It's like a
yeah,
monastery kind of building
yeah,
structure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and I had such a deep voice which told me go, 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 go. But at this time I was 12 years old, and I had to go to school and stuff like that, and I didn't know how to do the trip. And it was 72 days on foot without without breaks and sleep and stuff like that. So it would have been over 3 months to just walk from Germany to Bhutan to reach the
Wait, I gotta
buildings.
stop you there. Did you say that you went 72 hours without a single sleep at all? You didn't sleep.
No, 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 no. You have to, so it would be 72 days to walk down
Okay.
there, to walk there, and but there's not calculated sleep and breaks and stuff like that. So it
Oh,
would
okay, okay.
have been
Got
three
it.
months almost, I think 90 days or something like that. And I wanted to make the trip. I didn't make it. So just to be clear, I didn't make the trip. I wanted to make it. But at this time, like I said, I was involved in too many different things. I had to go to school and stuff like that. And I had this deep wish to go, but I wasn't able. And at this moment, something inside me left me. And you call it a part of your soul parts. And one of my soul parts left me. And this was the part um, uh, which is in control of my ability to make things happen until the end. So like if you try something, you want to make a live video, and you prepare everything, but you don't ask your interview partner to come. So you had everything, but you didn't think and make it through the end. You didn't invite the person. So this is what I lost with 12 while I was 12 years old. So I tried everything, I built up, I had many ideas, but I never made it happen because this part of my soul left when I was 12. And this 12-year-old Mark made the way through and went to Bhutan and left me. And a few days ago, well, because it's also the reason why I shaved my head, was this part came back to me. This part came back to me, and it was still a 12-year-old boy. His name was Jonas, and Jonas told me, "Hey Mark, I went for you to Bhutan, because you weren't able to make the trip, because you were um, uh, not self-determined, you had not the chance to do it, and you lost a lot of because of that. And I made the trip for you, and this is what I brought you." And he gave me some presents, and then he came back, and now he's back in my soul. My part, this part is back in my soul, and now I feel more complete. I feel more like, okay, now I have the ability and the yeah, I have the ability to make things happen, to think it through the until it's finished. So, and this is why I told the story. And like you said, change also needs courage to change. And this is what happened to me the last days. I had to be open for so much new, because so much happened in such a short time. Like Jonas come back to me, so many different situations I had to face, which which were a huge challenge for me to go through all of that. But I made it because I was guided with my soul. I was I'm so glad, I'm so grateful for everything that happened. But this was such a huge impact moment for me. So I, I thought about I would love to make the trip um, to Bhutan. I will make it someday. I think I will make the trip by foot to Bhutan, but at the moment it's just not possible. But yeah, it's such a huge experience for me I made,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
to
Because you mentioned
all of
that
that.
when you were 12 years old, you said you felt there was a voice, like
Yeah.
a strong voice that says that, like propelling you to go to Bhutan to walk on foot, but you eventually you didn't make it. But I would say currently at the present moment today at this time, do you still feel that strong calling to go to Bhutan, and would you do it? Like, would you really do it this time forward, from this
Yeah.
present moment forward? Yeah, would you do it?
I don't have the strong calling. I guess
Okay.
something was there for me to learn. I don't know. I will never find out because I never made the trip when I was 12 years old. But I think I will make the trip someday. I'm not
Yeah.
sure when the time will come. I'm guided, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's next year, maybe it's in 10 years, I don't
Okay.
know. But when it will be the time, I will make it. I will go and I will have a, a great time. I know it.
Yeah.
So
Like I say,
yeah,
when you know it, you will know it. So
yeah,
it's all about that. Yeah, about like
yes,
aligning to your soul.
yeah.
Okay. And I have like two last questions before we wrap it up. So, what is your greatest hope for the world? What is your hope for this world?
My hope for this world is that especially young people feel and hear their inner voice and have the courage to listen and to follow what it says. I'm guided by my soul for almost 2 years now. 2019, I learned a technique called soul communication, which allows me to be in presence, connecting with my soul, asking questions and get answers, pure answers, what's best for me. And this is guiding me since then. And I had the chance to build different companies just because I learned um, this technique. And it's just conscious communication with your soul. And I want people to feel and to listen, to have the courage to listen to this inner voice because it's their guide, it's their navigator, and it's self-determined. And you don't have to listen to anyone else if you have this inner voice. That doesn't say you don't have to read a book, you don't have to learn something. It just says you will know what to learn, you will know who to listen to, you will know, is this a good relationship for me or not? And this is what I hope for the world, that more people will learn and listen to their inner voice and follow the inner guidance. And this is why I made these companies to help people to find this purpose, to find their inner voice, to listen to it and to live their passion and to bring their light to the world. This is my greatest hope for the world, that more people will enlighten and shine with their passion for so many other people.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. That is really good. I think the inner voice is very important because the inner voice never goes wrong. Even though everyone around you, surrounding you, rationalizes things, having so many logical thoughts, but nothing can beat the logic of your inner voice, which transcends all human understanding. So I really relate with that. I really agree with that 100%. As for me, I would say that my greatest hope for this world, I would say that to have more compassion and to have more gratitude in life, because I think that before this pandemic, I was I experienced a lot of people around, like colleagues, friends, previous people. They are so in the rat race of this world that they lose compassion for people, and they are materialistic, and they chase after things that is not of this world. I mean material. um, then they lose the sense of compassion. So I really want, I think that this pandemic has taught people to be more grateful. So my greatest hope for this world is that to really have more compassion for people and also for yourself, and also to have gratitude in life, because I think gratitude is the most basic thing that we all need to have, is to have gratitude, to be able to say thank you for even the simplest thing. So I think that if everybody does that, I think this world will be completely amazing. It will be totally
Yes.
amazing. Yeah,
Yes, there would be no problem anymore
there'll be no
if people would
problem.
know for,
Yeah,
yeah, for what they're grateful
it'll
for.
be
Yeah.
great. It'll be like utopia.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will wrap up the last question. What do you say to people right now who are struggling with their mental health? What do you say? What is the message that you want to relay?
Yeah, like I'm grateful to be part of your series for staying strong. And this is what I can tell everyone. Staying strong doesn't mean you have to be an iron man or iron woman.
Yeah,
It's not like you have to be the strongest, yeah, like being able to see everything and to be aware of everything. It means to be true with you, being you and being true with who you are and how you feel, and letting these feelings come up, and handling these feelings and handling these thoughts. This is what I can tell everyone who's struggling right now or will struggle sooner or later, is stay strong. Believe in yourself that your existence has a meaning. You wouldn't exist if your existence wouldn't have a meaning. So you just can always remind yourself, I'm here because I have a purpose. And I will find this purpose sooner or later. All I need to do is staying strong. And staying strong is not hard. It's not, you have to be patient every day. You have to do everything every day, everything. It's just like being you. And like you said, yeah, being compassionate with yourself, being grateful, being listening to what's inside you, what's talking to you every day and every night, and wanting you to succeed. This is what I can tell everyone. Just listen to your inner voice, stay strong, but just being you.
yeah, that's very good. I love that. I love how you say about staying strong is not about being strong like Iron Man. Like, a lot of people thinking, oh, I have to stay strong. It's not really that, because I find that staying strong, the most important part is also being vulnerable as well. You have to be
Yes.
vulnerable as well. It's always there's this quote that I've heard before, which I think is really true. It's very simple but yet very catchy. They say that it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
So it's okay to say I'm sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to feel sadness. It's okay to feel a range of emotion, and it's okay not to be okay. Because if you pretend it, then you are suppressing yourself, and
You're
that's
lying
going to
to
be,
yourself. You're
and you're
lying to
lying to
yourself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're lying
You're
to
not
yourself.
honest. You're not true with yourself. And this is the only thing, and this is one of my quotes too, the only thing you ever have to do is being you and being
Yes,
true with yourself.
yes, I
This
love
is
that.
everything it ever needs.
You know what? I've listened to this quote a long time ago. It say that every lesson that we have learned in this world, every single life lessons, it can be from Buddha or from any religion, from any philosophers, from Aristotle, from anyone. This whole lesson, in the end, will wind up teaching you, just be yourself. Just be yourself. I love that. I don't know where I heard it from, but every life lesson that we learn is just to teach us to be ourselves, to achieve the expression of ourselves as people, as human beings, to be ourselves. I think that is
Yeah.
the strongest message. And I love what you said. Yeah, be yourself. That's very important.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very simple
Yesterday,
way to put it.
yes, absolutely. Yesterday, I just threw out a post on Instagram where I said, um, just implement or make it common to be yourself. So like make it a common thing in your life to be yourself, to be who you are. And this is such an effective way to be self-determined, self-aware, harmonizing, self-healing, self worth. It can grow so much important things you need in your life be to be connected and to be everything you need to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Just someone,
Stephanie.
Stephanie was saying something. Like, I want to say thank you. Your talk gave me so much hope for this world. Thank you for being honest. There were so many inputs for me personally. I cannot name everyone. Just thank you. Yeah. We're glad that this has been an enlightening experience.
Thank you.
And Mark, this is the end. I want to wrap up the conversation. I want to thank you so much for being here. You have really enlightened us on how to be ourselves during this period of time. And why staying strong doesn't literally mean staying strong. And you also show us that it's okay to be vulnerable as well. And your wisdom, your words, I think will really help not only me, but also everybody who's listening today. So I want to thank you so much. It is really, really great to have you today.
Thank you, Malcolm, for having me here. It's such a great honor. And yet, like you said, I'm grateful that I can reach people, that you gave me the opportunity to reach people, to give the thoughts I have a voice and a platform. So thank you very much. And yeah, I'm glad to be here with you, and I would love to see us again once.
That would be great.
Have another
That would be
chat.
great, Mark. Thank you so much, and you're welcome. You're welcome, and thank you so much.
Thank you very
Hope to
much.
see you again, and thank you everybody for joining us today. We'll see you again in the future. Who knows? With Marc Brunnert, everybody. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, Malcolm.
Bye.
Bye bye.